So we're here ready to do our new podcast where we interview professionals, businesses, community organizations, and more.
But I thought we were here to interview artists.
Well, yeah, we're going to be interviewing all types of artists, musicians, poets, singers, dancers, painters, whatever your craft is. We welcome you to come to our podcast and tell us who you are, locally and abroad.
Or is it more about relationships and why those in love wear matching outfits?
Well, to each his own when it comes to outfits. We like to dress alike, of course. And it does matter how we look, both individually and as a couple. We represent each other, right?
Right. So, since you said that, shouldn't this really be about beauty?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to share some of my beauty tips, of course. I mean, that's what I do. Oh, yes, darling, because you do know that I am a Mary Kay consultant, and I've got to let them in on some of my secrets. Anyway, because when you look good, you feel good.
Speaking of look good, feel good, that reminds me that this is more about the vegan, plant-based lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Plant-based living saved my life. Fighting diabetes, changing my lifestyle to the vegan lifestyle has really, really improved my health. And so we're going to show everybody how to eat right, tasty dishes that are good for you, and have some guests who can help us with those culinary arts.
That's what's up. So what about the reflections and encouragement of the day? Isn't that what it's really about?
I think at the end of the day, people are going to want to know, what is ChynaGroove? I'm China Doll.
I'm D-Groove.
And together, we are ChynaGroove.
Say what?
What?
What to
the who?
You read what? Oh, is that reverb? Oh,
You hear reverb?
I hear a little reverb on my voice like I'm in the studio, but I'm in the studio for real.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How you doing?
Figured I'd start it off on a cordial note.
Oh, I love chords. I love to be in concordance with.
In concordance with?
I love coordination.
Yes. Once again, it is on. It
and
is on.
Poppin'.
I was going to say that, but I've been told that terms like that are dated by somebody who shouldn't have. Anyway, I say what I say.
Well, what should you say if you don't say it's on and popping?
It's on and...
Well, I guess since we're vegan now, we shouldn't say it's on and popping because that refers to the cooking with grease and the chicken grease popping, right? So...
We can pop food in our mouth.
Was that too deep?
It was deep.
What's this new track you throwing in there?
I had to get something bar worthy for our guests.
Oh, and bars.
Yes,
Bars are an understatement.
Bars. Once again, it is on another Saturday evening. Saturday at 6:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Gotta get you right.
You need to add.
You
need to subtract, depending on if you go east or west to the sound of my voice. Anyway,
Eastern Standard Time is where we are.
Yes. Yeah. As always, I have the pleasure, the honor, the privilege of sitting across from the lovely, the talented, the witty Mrs. Camilla ChynaDoll Collins Washington, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, honey. And of course, I have the pleasure of sitting across from whom I am a reflection of, the luxurious, the shea buttered down, chocolate curly head, silver gray hair, neatly combed in place. Derek D. Groove Washington. And together we are
ChynaGroove Show.
Oh, he tricked me.
Yeah, I got you.
Last week it was the podcast. Now this week it's the show. Sometimes it's a podcast, sometimes it's a show, but it's always a schmodcast.
A schmob?
Or a po. Oh yeah, you got sound effects today and everything. Can y'all hear that out there and hear that out there, land? Boom, boom.
Yes.
Shout out, like, tag, and share.
Yes.
Share everywhere, here and there. If you're watching the playback, you're not going to want to keep this to yourself because it's about to be a dope show.
Yes.
It's a blast from my past. One of the best MCs I have ever known in my life. Great person, the wonderful, the luxurious, the lyrical one. Yes, you're luxurious. Come on in, Symantyx.
Yes.
I'm luxurious out here. Luxurious.
Yes.
I hope that wasn't too much pressure on you. Too much pressure, but I've heard wonderful things about you. Yeah.
What's up?
Ain't too much. I appreciate y'all having me. What's up with y'all? Y'all doing good?
Yeah, life is grand. Life is grand. You got on one of my favorite t-shirts?
Probably so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Got
that's
one
it.
in the closet.
Wonder where she's from.
Could it be home?
Give me
Yes,
free
indeed. Might be Baltimore.
DC.
Anyway,
No, sorry.
yeah.
I
I mean, we hung out around them streets a little bit, didn't we?
guest. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Before we get into all of that, for those who don't know who Symantyx is, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
I hail from the west side of Baltimore, Maryland, home of the arrogant. But I mean, I just get a little bag, stay out the way, evade the hoes, yeah. Shout out to Toby.
Indeed. So, tell us a little bit about your history as an artist.
I spent a lot of time, it's been a good deal of time now that I'm thinking about it. Just being a lover of words. I just love words. So, rapping, it always from prior to my adult life up until now, it's always been a huge part. I love the art, the style. You know what I mean? The verbal gymnastics. So just get out there and have fun.
I like the way she said the verbal gymnastics.
Yes, and that's
I love that description of it because, I hate to keep using this term, but it's so true and relevant. But as an old school rap fan, I am a fan of that lyrical ability. And I've said this a lot, but that seems to be missing in a lot of what we hear out there today. I understand there's still that underground. There's always going to be that underground rap movement, the backpack rappers, as they call them, and things like that. So you're always going to have that. And that's where you tend to get more of your lyrical ability. And then it seems like once they hit that popular status, it seems like that's not so much of a focus anymore. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, every generation kind of shifts and changes as it pertains to their music. So, and also like like you said, there's always factions of people that appreciate what they appreciate and they master what they choose to master. It just happens to be that at this particular time, vibes is the wave. So it's not so much a focus on what you're saying, but what it feels like.
Mm.
That's a good way of putting it. And you're right. You're right.
Wow, vibes. Let's talk about that. I feel like we were just talking about the R&B hip hop movement. Like, where did it start in your opinion, the vibe crossover from the sing-songy rhymes that, what is he talking about? But What did he say? It sound good, but what did he say? Where do you think it got crossed up?
I don't think it was one particular moment. The internet had a lot to do with it and the prevalence of it. And how easy it became to gain the same amount of or even more exposure than prior to the internet. So it took out a lot of steps and a lot of I want to say vetting, because a lot of times before it was you would have to show up, you have to show and prove. You show up, you display your talent, and the response that you get back from that particular crowd in that room is kind of how you sharpened yourself also with other artists. But with the internet, I make it, I upload it, and then whoever likes it is either going to find me or it's just going to be so everywhere that it's kind of, you're just being inundated with it. So it's so yeah, I don't really see a particular moment in time, but I do know that like the internet had a great impact on just the process of growing and mastering something before presenting it.
And I'm gonna take it even a step further too, because I was, as you were talking, I was sitting here thinking about this. Not only was it the internet, but it was the technology that was used to actually put songs together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the analog days, it was a skill.
Right.
It was something that not a lot of people could do, was to finally take that 48 track automated faders board and make a song sound perfect. You know what I'm saying? Make it sound dynamically perfect, that it fit what was out there and was able to hit people sonically. So you basically had to go to the recording studio. You had to make sure you had the money to go to it to record X amount of songs and things like that. So it was more, it was more, exactly. You weren't going to waste that. You had to have that mapped out from beginning to end. You know, your bread, you got your bread up. You knew you only had enough money to get 2 hours. You needed to get 4 songs done in 2 hours. So you needed to plan that out. You needed to go in there. You need to make sure you got the right spot, first off, that's going to give you the sound that you want. And then somebody that had the work ethic to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And now, like you said, with all of this technology, it's, I'm going to get this plug in with this DAW, with this beat machine, with this, that, and then I'm going to have my high speed internet and I'm going to finish. I'm going to make it. I'm going to record it. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to upload it all from the comfort of my bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I think that's what
the amount of skill that because there's a great deal of skill.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah,
technology as well. So it's the goals and the sounds are different, and the technology that's being used is different. So I'm not knocking anything at all. It's just a different process.
Yeah,
it's shorter. It's more streamlined. Like you said, you can just wake up, be in your room, pull out your phone, and within 5 to 7 minutes, have it uploaded to the world without that proofing and vetting and just mastering of whatever composition that is that you're trying to make. Instead of trying to bring the best out of it, a lot of times they're just trying to see how it feels. And if it feels good, they pretty much know that somebody else is going to think it feels good too. And it's quick. Everything is lightning fast.
Yeah, most definitely. So since you have been an artist across eras, inclusive of I ain't trying to tell your age or nothing, even though you look 16 still.
Yes, I'm 76 years old.
76. What kind of skincare regimen do you have? Is that Mary Kay?
It's water. The water must be.
It must be alkaline water. So what would you say would be your best advice for any artist that's looking to come up? Should they start or find someone who can train them in the analog, or what would you say would be your best starting point for an up and coming artist?
Depends on the artist and depends on their goal. As far as rappers are concerned, I don't really try to point people in any direction outside of themselves first. Because what you're presenting, it's still coming from you, whether you're telling a story from a third person perspective or you're being autobiographical. Either way, you still have to convey whatever it is you're attempting to convey. And going back to that verbal gymnastics thing that I was saying earlier, like you have to learn to walk before you learn how to do a backflip. So just the basics of language. If you're going to play with the language, you got to know how it works first.
Indeed.
That's what I would say.
We are really, really still in the 50th year of hip hop. And it's like people need to really understand exactly what you just said. How can we bring back the true source, the true energy of our language and our communication through hip hop? What do you think? Where do you see it going? Like,
no one particular direction. It has the potential for great and horrible things.
Yes.
So it's more like branches, just like all of this came from blues, and blues stem from is on another branch of another tree. So it all just grows in different directions. So really, the way to not so much bringing it back because it's not gone. Just do it. Exist. There's space. There's space for the stuff we like, and there's space for the stuff we don't like. And I admire in that way what the internet kind of has done. And it allows people to be found as opposed to trying to fit into what they think is going to work. And they just make and create what they create, and their audience finds them, as opposed to trying to pander for quote unquote come up. But yeah, it all varies depending on the goal of the piece of work.
Do you feel like there's a false sense of celebrity with this social media craze sometimes, though?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say more than before. We could just see it more. And that's the space that's been created for that as well.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a billboard.
It's gone from the hometown legend, that cat who was recording music and just was happy with being right there in their general area, and everybody hyping them up to say, oh yeah, you dope, I like that. To now it's gone to the internet where all it takes is somebody to click on it. Like they may not even necessarily like it, but it's all about getting those clicks. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, and I'm going to say this, and it might sound like I'm being kind of hard on it, but it's almost to the point to where that oversaturation has caused more bad music to kind of be on the same par as the good music. Do you see what I'm saying with that? Because
I wouldn't say the same par, but
well, no. When I say the same par, I mean you could have a song that is slamming that has 500 downloads or streams, and something that is subpar that has the same amount, because the subpar ones know that, hey, my stuff is kind of this, so I gotta either buy the likes, or I gotta get other people to click 500 million, or I gotta tell people, you know what I mean? And it's that perception, just because it's got 5,000 streams, that it is actually good, when sometimes that might not necessarily be the case. I mean, I know it's subjective. I know what I think is not good, somebody else might think is slamming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was totally true. But that part, I believe, would be the machine part. That would be the business part of the music business, the marketing, the psychology in getting consumers as opposed to the art itself.
Yes.
Like that part, as far as like, okay, we're gonna make it seem like 1 million people have seen this already, so that when they see it and they say, oh, 1 million people must like it, so let me check it out.
But in reality, it was the same way back in the day. Record labels used to actually spend money out of their promotional budget to buy up 1 million copies, sit it in a warehouse, and then they put that sticker on there, shipping platinum. It's already shipping platinum because they sold 1 million already.
Girls to come scream in the front row. It's the same.
Exactly.
That's real old school.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Just using the technology. Yeah.
Wow. You just took me back with that one.
Let me think about the
my entourage. My entourage. I need my entourage. So that reminds me so much of like even before the show. I
just wanted to show a representation. I thought it was so cool, the evolution of African American music. And if you look towards the bottom, right in the middle, it shows what you were saying as far as the whole evolution of hip hop and what it branched off of. You know what I mean? You had the blues right there in the middle, and you had different varieties of that ended up going down into the 70s. And what we were talking on earlier with the whole disco funk hybrid that was the early forms of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Much.
So, I mean, when I saw this graphic, when I saw this graphic and how they broke it down with the years and the little branches that branched off, I mean, it just shows how detailed and amazing. I don't like the fact that Go-Go though is right there but anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone.
I don't see Baltimore club music on there. What about Baltimore club music?
Hell yeah, long live K Swift.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
But speaking of the evolution, like the cipher, you know, the art of being in the room with the real people. Like if we had Instagram and the live broadcast and feeds back when we were in the studios writing and having sessions, and just
would have been a hot mess.
It would have
that too.
Think about what you were doing in the studio when you was recording back in the day. Would you have wanted that out on Instagram and all that?
I don't be wanting people to look at me, period. But
yeah, exactly.
But I'm a good student of this, okay? They would have seen rapping and writing and rapping and writing.
Rapping and writing and me singing hooks. That's it. Yes, indeed. I mean, just think about how many people have gone unnoticed, though. And, you know, is there still an opportunity? Do you feel like there's an age limit on this thing anymore?
Nah, it's just skill. It's just do it. Either you're going to do it or not. And just like I said before, like your people will find you.
Most definitely. Yes, indeed. I'm definitely a huge fan. Did you send us some music that we can play tonight?
Yeah, I think I sent, it was to that Outlook, right?
All right, we're going to get, ChynaGroove Show at Outlook.com.
Yep.
We're going to get Groove to cue that up real quick. But just tell us about any projects that you might be working on right now or that you've just done.
Projects that I'm working on right now, getting a transmission.
I love it. That's real life right there. Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been pretty dormant for a while. You know, just kind of like just building foundational things in my life. I mean, the writing is still there. Yeah, I mean, from time to time, if I feel in the funk, I might hop on a stage somewhere, but I haven't really compiled anything concrete or cohesive recently. But it's still I'm still out here.
Did it go to spam, you think? ChynaGroove Show at Outlook.com.
It didn't get to you?
No, we still waiting on that jump.
Man,
we still waiting on that jump.
All right, let me see if I can send it from over here.
Yeah, so
now I noticed you said also that, you know, and I think I heard that right, but have you two actually collabed on a song together in the past?
You were on.
That laugh says yes.
You were on.
And I'm older than you, so you know I don't remember the words.
It was Bow Down. It was that how did it go?
Was it out there in the, where were we at?
At the place with the people.
Listen, I don't want to name drop, but Lance London used to have us to come out. And we would eat at the Carolina Kitchen. What was that, Atlanta, Maryland?
Yeah, it was in Silver Spring.
Silver Spring. We used to go out there.
Yep.
I don't know what type of multi-level marketing meetings we were going to, but they made us feel like it was a show enough record label, and we were about to be on.
And then not.
Yeah, unfortunately, you run into a lot of that in that music biz. I've been in that same situation a time or two. A guy tried me and a guy back when I was in high school had a rap group called Oreo.
Cookie.
It was two brothers and it was two brothers and a white guy rapping. Shouts out to Rich Spazoff, aka Mr. Rich.
Oreo.
So we it was O.R.E. Yes, yeah. And it stood for the Outstanding Romancing Eccentric Originators. That's what it stood for. Yes.
Oreo.
And we did 2 songs in the studio, and we took them down to Richmond, Virginia, and a brother down there in Richmond, Virginia, tried to convince us that he let Prince hear our demo. And Prince, yes. Prince came to this club. I forget the name of the club on Broad Street, but he came to this club. He claimed that he had a conversation with him, and he was really feeling it. And for a split second, we was believing him. But then he kept talking.
Then the cocaine kicked in.
By the end of that, and this is, I have not really told this story to too many people, but he got up. He went to the bathroom. Me and Rich looked at each other, and it's like we were on the same wavelength. We grabbed our tape, and we left while he was in the bathroom.
He was getting ready to get y'all.
Yeah, we like, nah.
He was in there thinking of some more lies to tell y'all.
He was
That's
trying to
exactly.
diddy y'all.
No.
I'm sorry. Too soon?
No.
I'm sure we all have some of those nightmare stories from back in the day that, and now it seems like with it being more in the control of the individual, you don't really hear too many stories like that, except what we were speaking on earlier at this event that we're working with. You don't see a lot of people paying so much attention to the business end of it. Mm-hmm. They feel like if they make their music and upload it on the internet, they're making money just because it's there and people are streaming it. And it's not true, because if you haven't registered in a way that can, exactly, you're making money for somebody else, and you're not getting anything off of your creation.
That's crazy. So, where do you see yourself in this career once you come off a hiatus? You going hard in the paint, you think, or like what is after this for you?
I wouldn't really call it a career aspiration. I've always kept it very honest, and the purpose of it was never really to make money or be super famous, or those things can come with it, but more purist than the art in the way that if I don't like it, I'm not doing it, or I'm not writing anything specifically for a purpose other than I want to express this.
That's what's
so up. It's not so much an aspiration to a level I want to get to. If you rock with it, great. But
no doubt,
it's not so much a goal or status thing. It's just express myself, and you can listen too.
And we appreciate that sharing. Like, I mean, that leads me to the question of what's your process? Like, do you have to write about something you went through or something you saw, or do you just find yourself with words floating around your head and you got to put them on paper?
All of the above. Like it varies.
Yeah.
It varies. Sometimes I'll have no words and I'll just have a cadence. So then the cadence is in my head, and when the words come, they come. Sometimes I have something I want to say and I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Sometimes I'm really just trying to entertain myself. So sometimes it's a beat. Sometimes I have no beat. Sometimes I'm trying to figure out different timings and different syncopations. I'm just expressing and entertaining and having fun and just being creative. So it all depends. Sometimes if it's a very heart-wrenching story, then it'll kind of flood out and I'll worry about how it fits to the music later. Sometimes it's just a stream of consciousness and it's not necessarily about any one thing. So it varies in that way.
Sometimes you gotta let the song cry.
A lot of times it's more of a puzzle, because I'll have bars and words, but they don't have a counterpart. And sometimes I'll have a thought process that I want to get out, and I'm just trying to figure out how to Jenga this thing back together as opposed to knock the tower down. So
I hope y'all caught that.
Jenga.
That reference. Yeah. That
Jenga.
was a dope reference. Jenga this thing together.
Jenga this
I
thing
like
together.
that.
Sometimes you gotta pull a piece out and hope it don't fall apart.
Right. Sometimes you gotta pull a reverse Jenga and just try to stuff a little piece in there without knocking the rest down.
Without knocking the rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on here. So tell us then, why the name Symantyx? Because I thought your name was Samantha and you just switched it. When I first met you, I was like, oh, that's Samantha.
Yep, my people's aunt say the same thing. Where is Samantha? Rest in peace, Alice. I love you.
Aww.
But semantics, semantics, syntax, and grammar. 3 components of language. Syntax is really your rhythm. Your grammar is pretty much like your street signs, your rules. Semantics, that's where you get to move around and how words are used and how you can use the same words and they mean different things, or how you can say different words and they mean the same thing. So it's really all about how those words are used. And I'm a fan of semantics. So I figured I'd go with that.
Likewise. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's clever. Earlier, and like we were talking about a meeting and building on what is hip hop. If you had to teach somebody what it is, that is what it is, in your own words. And you really, really repeated much of what was said coming from a perspective of an educational program that we're working with. Segue, shameless plug. The 5 pillars of hip hop.
Yes. As you can see on the screen, we are actually working together with the Alliance of Black Leaders and Educators, and they're presenting their 5 pillars of hip hop, which is a music and arts camp where you can learn MCing, DJing, graffiti art, street fashion, and dancing from the best local artists. And it's going to be from Wednesday through Friday, June 19th through the 21st. And it's going to be right here in Sanford, North Carolina. And I got to throw this in there.
What you got to throw in there?
It's completely free.
For teens.
Free. Free.
Is that a word?
Free.
It's fur.
So if you need any information, you can either email us here, or if you can get a screenshot of that and try to scan that QR code that is on the screen now, whether you're watching live or on the rewind, the replay, bring it back selector. Anyway,
Like we need more programs like this. That's why I'm loving this conversation, because I really wish we could get you down here. That would be so dope. In the vein of educating others, because you are so intelligent. A lot of people see your persona and they may not know you personally. To have a conversation with you, you're going to make somebody think about what they're thinking about. And I appreciate that about you as a person and an artist. But, what can we do? How do we reach the next generation to avoid some of this mess that's going on? How would you say how we can reach them using our gifts?
Using the gifts?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, it's more about your intent, what you're saying and how you're saying it. Don't condescend, and give them space to be themselves. Listen first and try to understand, as opposed to just barking at them. They're people, and their experience was not ours. So it's more about listening to what it is they're saying and try to find some common ground in there and dispense information, not out of judgment, but out of genuine love.
That's what's up, because we come from the era where you seen and not heard, and you better not say what's on your mind, and hush, be quiet, don't talk when I'm talking. Help me, indeed.
Like, you mean I get to have an opinion?
Who sent you? Who told you that? And it's so weird, because we would look at probably the generations before the generations that raised us and question, like, okay, what was it that made them raise us like that? What was it that made them their parents raise them like that?
Yeah.
And so it's all a cause and effect, right?
Yeah. A lot of what got passed down, positive things and negative ones, were taught generationally through what they believed was necessity. Whether in building you strong enough to withstand the crazy shit that happens out to you during your life, or whether it's just a trauma response trying to protect you from whatever they might have experienced.
Facts.
Or just repetition of what they saw. So everybody's just trying to figure it out.
It don't come with a handbook, that's for sure. But can we write one? Can we write one?
Well, we try. We just put out a new one every year, like the Encyclopedia Britannica.
And most children would not know what that is. You mean Google?
It's analog Wikipedia.
There you go. That was the best description of it.
Indeed.
Shouts out to Mama Millie, my mother, who still has a set, both sets. The Encyclopedia Britannica, and what was the other one?
The World Book Encyclopedia.
Full sets sitting at the house.
You were smart if you had all the red books. But why did one of the books always get missing?
Oh, no, there's none missing in me.
I can't find WXYZ.
We had to ask permission to read those.
Door to door. Seemingly salacious in it. That's why.
I was hinting around to that. Yes, possibly. It's just so dope how we can. I love the fact that we are at a seasoned age where we can reflect and see how life has changed in the last couple of decades. And not feel too old without aches and pains.
Well, I mean, we're really not that old. The thing is, we experienced a big influx of changes in a short amount of time.
Yes.
Like from birth, everything analog. To
everything.
Now, you don't even know if I'm real.
Are you that part?
Pinch yourself. Let me see you pinch yourself.
And that's a real good segue to the question I'm getting ready to ask. What's your thoughts on AI and how some people are using it? Because I've heard different ways that it's being used right now. Some people are actually using it to write full songs. Mm-hmm. Some people are using it to not only write that song, but actually perform that song in their voice. Mm-hmm. And some are doing a mixture of it to where they're themselves live and the AI is maybe doing the hook or something like that. And it's like you say, you have no clue now as to what is being done by a human and what's not. It's actually that good of a quality. You have some that have the glitches and some that you can, oh man, this ain't real. But other than that, it's we're in that rabbit hole right now.
Yeah.
You basically just Fiverred all your bars.
Yeah.
For those that don't know Fiverr, you can pay somebody to do anything for you just for $5 or more.
Yep. Has tiers. Like, hey, just make me a dumb video game right now. $5. They'll do it. It'll be trash, but they'll do it.
But sorry to interrupt. Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? AI, not Allen Iverson.
Oh no, not the answer. With every new bit of technology, there has to be new sets of laws and regulations. So it's still very much the Wild West right now. And it is a great tool. It can be a great tool. But because there's no regulation over someone else's image, likeness, voice, I hate it.
Yes.
When it's rampant this way, because now you're able to place someone in a position or a place or literally put words in their mouth. And it's different than sampling. Like sampling, they created this piece of work. You took a piece of it, you made something your own.
And if you do it right business-wise, you're helping somebody else make another stream of income.
Collaboration.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. But with AI used in that way, now you have the ability to have me do something that I would never agree to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And actually, that's what the last strike was in Hollywood. Everyone was like, well, why are these stars and all these actors and actresses and writers, and why are they striking? They make all kinds of money. It was because their livelihood was being attacked literally by AI and the studio's laziness or insistence on, hey, since you are signed to us to do this movie and we already have your voice, we already have your likeness, we want the rights to be able to put out whatever type of movie we want featuring you without even you having to show up to read or be filmed. And that to me is
industry.
Giving them a whole
need to pay extras any further. They have no need. They can just generate them.
They can just generate them with the click of a button. Well, a couple of buttons. And
besides all of that, it's one big catfish though. Like I'm guilty of playing a little puzzle game on Facebook, see what I look like with a supple bosom and a long blonde hair. I'm guilty.
You mean supple?
They ain't supple like they ain't sitting up down like they used to do. Well, they never really sat up down.
You better hoist them things up.
Hoist.
Anyhow, we digress.
My bad.
Yeah, AI.
So will you be AIing? Is that a word?
AI under. Oh no,
I don't know, but no.
Authenticity is going. It's like
it's going to become a rare thing. Authenticity and someone actually doing it themselves is going to be. And the sad part is, you could come up with the most complex rhyme scheme and structure and flip it and record it, and people are going to be like, "Oh, that's AI. AI did that. She didn't do that." And that's the problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It discredits what somebody who is lyrically gifted, and it makes people question whether or not it was actually done by a human or
Yeah.
if it was computer generated.
So before I play this stream, I want to ask you to check this box and write in this code. And how many street lights do you see in the squares? Are you a robot?
I mean, it really has to be
How
something
many
like
have a
that to
bicycle?
determine. Yeah.
Your bicycle or a street light? Do you see
I
a
don't know.
truck?
If I see a half a bicycle tire, does that count? Should I check the box or not?
I'll be caught up in that thing. You hear
And
me?
if you look at it, I remember a time when people were making a big deal about the parental advisory stickers. The language is this, so you need to have this sticker on it. But why can't they have something
They
like
did
that
of
for
their own
AI?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't that
Hip-hop
exist
did
for
that of their
AI?
own volition. That wasn't something that was placed upon them. Hip hop started doing that because of the bannings and the backlash and all of that stuff with the content in the music. So hip hop decided we gonna use this sticker. That's not something that was imposed upon the industry. They said, "Oh no, let me show you right now. Then don't bring your kids over here."
Well, for a lot, and I was going to say that for a lot of rappers, that was like a badge of honor. My lyrics are hard. Parental advisory sticker.
So much so that it bled over into fashion. I can remember T-shirts with barcodes and parental advisory on it, or
Nope, I
rated
had
whatever. I've seen. But that just goes to show you, like the 5 pillars of hip hop program, which encompasses all of the above: the beats, the dance, the fashion, everything. Like, what is hip hop to you? Period.
It's hard. It's a lot. It's
Uh-oh.
the expression of ourselves personally and collectively through the lens of the culture we grew up in. Yeah,
Yeah, we talked a lot about
I'll
self
keep
and
it umbrellaed like that.
yeah.
But it's a broad thing. So I think
It
that'll
is.
kind of encompass it.
Yeah, because I mean that same description can apply to so many circumstances and conditions and so many backgrounds and lifestyles and just everything. So I mean, I think you encapsulated it all with that. Hip hop was born out of that struggle for a voice. You know what I mean? And whether it was the voice of the DJ and his craft, and hey, I want to get the party live and jumping, and then the MC jumped in, and it was born out of that. They talked about real things, whether it was that party rhyme to get the party jumping, or whether it was that, hey, I'm gonna make you think. It covered all aspects of that, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Hip hop is the news, like, for
Very
real.
much so.
It's a
the
fad.
news.
It won't last. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar worldwide genre that is just
It's always
everywhere.
current.
Yes.
It's always
because
current.
because it is what it is. I mean, music in itself, the arts, we are dead set on making sure that the arts become prominent in education and community programs here. And as long as we're breathing, we're going to be promoting the arts. And hip hop is one art that has been tainted and used and praised, and every different opinion about it has been put out to the forefront. As far as censorship, though, how do you feel? Because we were talking about how people use it to their benefit. Like some gold sneakers with the letter T on them. Like, I mean, how, Sway, do we get to the point where anybody can do whatever they want to with hip hop? Because that was mimicking. I mean, it basically was mimicking what we do.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of the censoring, like, do you think politics will ever lead us to censoring or trying to quiet down hip hop again?
To try to censor it, ban it, lessen it. Yes and no. I mean, that is not really a thing that has gone much further than has gone before or stopped. There's always people that going to fight against anything they don't like. But with hip hop in particular, I don't think politics will be able to. But with politics, there are so many other factors because they really don't care about the issue or the content. It's usually just a play to pander to whoever they're trying to pander to. So it's more a strategic maneuver. Like, okay, I'm going to tell them I'm hard against crime.
Right.
And
No,
then
no.
they get elected, and I mean, business as usual. So, I mean, there'll always be detractors, but as far as any legal censorship, I don't see it in the near future. But that all depends on how politics outside of music goes.
Well, and it's, we actually have a current example of exactly what you're speaking about. I don't know if you've heard about the trial that Young Thug is actually facing right now, where they're taking his lyrics, and this has happened before in the past as well. They're taking his lyrics, presenting it as evidence in court to try to prove a case against him. You know what I mean?
And it was bad
Now, sit back and think about that for a minute.
Was allowed.
What if Ozzy Osbourne had to answer to yes, because and this is rap, as far as I know, is the only genre that has had that happen with. Like I was gonna say, Ozzy Osbourne talks about biting the head off bats and all kinds of things like that. Have you ever heard Peter taking a case out against him and using his lyrics?
He did it in live.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, as an example, have you heard any other genre with their lyrics being used against them in court for something that they said in a song? Country songs, you hear about them shooting people and doing this, that, and the other all the time. But have you seen any artists in the court?
No, I haven't. I haven't researched anything like that either. But like taking
let's take it to the further
a creative piece of work and using that as like, he said it, he did it, unless he did a full on Gangstalicious and gave dates and times.
Yes.
Right. Like, I mean, that's like taking a movie.
Admissible in court. Yeah, like that's nah. They shouldn't have allowed that, and the precedent has been set for it now. So, what that means going forward.
So, how do you maintain? I'm going to segue because it's still May and it's still Mental Health Awareness Month. In the business of being an artist, and I know that you do it because it's for me, I would say my perspective of it's therapeutic. It's when you feel like expressing yourself. We know that art heals. Art is very therapeutic for anybody with or without any type of serious mental problems or stress or trauma. What would you say that is a good advice for anyone who may not feel creative? What is a good way to maintain your mental health as a person, period?
I can only speak for what I do. Listen to myself. Be very aware of what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and why. And if I'm not certain about why, I spend a lot of time with myself and try to figure that out. And it's difficult to do without judging yourself sometimes because, we can be our own worst critics and beat up ourselves a lot about thoughts, feelings, and even deeds. But trying to get to the root of what exactly is happening when you can recognize what's going on, even if you're not sure about what to do at the moment, identifying what you're dealing with is half the battle. And then in that case, like sometimes I decompress with, just hobbies, video games, movies, music, what have you. I very rarely feel like talking to other people, but when I do, there's a select few that I do share my thoughts and feelings with, that I know they're safe spaces to try to, soundboard these things out. But I realize that the work and the burden of moving forward is on me.
Mm.
So making the actual effort to make things better, find the source and the root of whatever might be happening, and figure out how to deal with that, but not make that anybody else's problem or burden. Like, well, why won't you be here for me in this way? That burden is mine.
Accountability.
So, accountability and discipline is a big thing for me.
Well, I can see it all on you. I mean, you look well, and I haven't seen you in years in person. You always have been luxurious, especially your hair. Your hair, darling. I love your luxurious locks. Look, my little baby's growing. See,
Yeah,
you would have never thought I would have had locks, right?
It's your
China
thing.
locks. I'm like China fro, But yeah, but back to mental health, and laughter is one of my ways. I mean, I'm always.
Absolutely.
I think at first it was a trauma reaction, like, okay, something goes wrong, I gotta.
Bring some levity.
Yeah. You stress and get yourself a giggle. So is there a health food regimen that you have or anything? Like, we're vegan, so plant-based is well, we do too. But it's non-dairy and it's really good. Ben and Jerry's. We should get endorsed for Ben and Jerry's.
Ice cream, sherbet, dairy, non-dairy. As long as it's frozen and tastes good, I'm a fan. I'm with it.
So you like the frozen avocado pops? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I said and tastes good.
Yeah.
Listen, you could put avocado in a smoothie and it tastes rather lovely.
But why?
With chocolate.
I'd rather just have guacamole. I don't want to.
I like that too.
I don't like them crossing over like that, dude.
We need a Chipotle in this town. I'm telling you, it's like crazy. I need some guacamole that I don't have to drive 40 minutes to get to. Wow. So, but do you have a routine, an exercise regimen? Like, what's your physical gymnastics?
I go to work and I lift hundreds of totes a day.
I can dig it. Yes,
drink
indeed.
a lot of water. That's why my forearms looking all manly now, lifting all that milk.
Like Angela Bassett when she played Tina Turner. Get the shoulders with it. Oh man. So
random people trying to arm wrestle me. Get out my face.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
back to retrospection, right? So who would you say inspires you the most creatively?
Present tense.
Present. Well, who inspired your you can go with present tense, or you can say who inspired you initially.
Initially, it was my brother, my older brother. He's only 2 years older than me, so I spent a great deal of my childhood in his shadow. I was always just his sister. But my friends, the people I started rapping with, I always wanted to impress them first, because I didn't know. I knew that I was able to do it, but I had never tried it. So I'm like, okay, if they respect it, you're onto something. And then just coming from being the kid with the one roller skate, just trying to
talk about it,
not realizing that I'd kind of lapped some people. It was it became really just the people I respect, how they moved as people. I mean, ooh, smash. I mean, Uno.
Mm.
A lot of people that were not only good people, not only good artists, but they were good people, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'm
they
honored
were the
to have
biggest.
even been in the same room or shared the same stages with them at some point, or been on the stage after them or before them.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Like when they was like knowing my name, I was like, you know me?
I was shorty. I was just shorty. What's her name? You know, singing, y'all.
No, you wasn't. It was Cashmere.
Back in the day, she let my secret out. Who?
It was
Cashmere. It was Kazhmia.
Yeah, I remember. Better that Jeter show.
Okay.
Oh, talk about it, not the Jeter shows.
The
Now
Jeter
you
show,
might
and
you
Howard
might be
G
from
was up there
Baltimore
hosting.
if you've ever been in an Anthony Jeter talent show, you're definitely an artist from Baltimore. It would be like a 12-hour show.
It was a summit. It was
Every time.
It was a marathon, huh?
It was. We'd be there from the morning until midnight. Like, and weeks before the show, he was hustling. He was hustling all the kids, all the hungry artists. He was like, look, I'm going to give you these 20 tickets and you can be in the show if you sell these 20 tickets. And if you sell any more, then I'll give you $2 off for each ticket.
Yeah.
He was hustling. Yeah, he was getting it in.
He's just walking through Mondam and getting.
But I'm still trying to figure out, did he really discover Drew Hill?
No, the fudgery discovered.
His marketing strategy was off the chain and nobody was going to check him because his shows was just always lit. It was like Motown in Baltimore. Like,
He discovered them. I would say he did get them a platform. Along
from
with
the guy
rest
who
of the
discovered
population
Drew
of
Hill,
Baltimore City.
Mario, and who else? And Scola. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, we were all on the same platform.
Yes.
I
can remember that.
It's not a lie, but he didn't discover them. He gave the platform to all of us.
People don't believe it. I said back then Drew Hill was 14 karat gold, I think. Back in the day, the name of their group was 14 karat gold.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. I be thinking about them people that was on that show with us, and I was like, I wonder what their name is now and where they at.
You see him on the book, still dropping beats, still dropping songs.
I remember this dude, Tony Boy, had stopped putting "I Love You" in my beeper. He did that song.
Oh my God.
It was this other dude, KW3. He did this song yelling in people's faces, "Dangerous." Hey, that's all I remember from the song.
It was always
even Mono Molly. They still got the footage, the tape from that very day.
See, we should have planned this out better. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2. Definitely bring you back on and go down memory lane. Yeah. I'll never forget the ciphers backstage though were crazy.
Oh yeah, we couldn't resist.
Yeah, we'd be backstage. I'll be with the singing people. But I was always singing with a bunch of dudes. I ain't never go and sing. Like, I'll never forget one time, who had a show? It was somebody else that came up behind Jeter. And they were doing it down to old Odell's. And I was going to audition for the show. And they was like, you can't be in the show, you're a professional. I was like, what do you mean? I'm not getting paid. What? I was like, they know you can't be in this competition because you're a professional, Cashmere.
You better prove it.
Where my check at? I'm trying to. Why? Yes, please explain this assignment because I don't understand it. But yeah, those were the days. Just doing it for the love, doing it for the art. And the camaraderie, like we wasn't beefing backstage. They didn't shoot up the Jeter show.
Right.
What happened?
But the Jeter show was kind of like it wasn't even like it was like America's Got Talent. You had people coming on there doing all kind of stuff, juggling and
And it was always that one cat that really couldn't sing, but he had like his whole neighborhood.
Yeah, heart. Yeah, heart.
He had heart.
Let me find out y'all had the Black Gong show.
It was like, I'm telling my age, it was like Star Search. It was like, you going to get on, and then we're going to take your demo down to V103 and give it to Randy Dennis. The Randy Dennis Best Fest. Remember that?
Young Randy Dennis.
Yeah, he's still doing it. That's my man's now.
Oh man, I haven't heard. That's like hearing the name Al Sanders. Like, what is it you say, Randy Dennis?
This is a Baltimore show for real.
It is.
Derek don't know what we talking about at all. I don't know.
Randy Dennis. I've heard the name Randy Dennis. So I do.
But did you know? Fun fact. Did you know that the intro? Remember that was a thing. If you had talent, you can get your sing or rap on somebody's intro on the radio.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Did you know that I did the Randy Dennis show intro?
Oh, that was it.
It's the Randy Dennis morning show. It's Randy and Sasha on the radio. Wake up calls to make you laugh. Cooking tips that will give you gas.
What? Hold up. Time out. I'm going to need a rewind to that. Do that one more time.
We got to get Randy on the show now. Randy is like the Jack LaLanne of line dancing right now. Like he does line dancing for fitness and has been for all of these years ever since. And he and his wife, they are keeping the generation before us fit.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, promenade.
Yes. Turn it out.
Everybody clap your hands.
Come on, we have gotten way off subject. Relationships. Let's talk about relationships.
Randy Dennis clips too.
No, you didn't find any Randy Dennis clips.
I sure did.
I bet you won't find the Randy Dennis morning show jingle. Who did you do the jingle for?
And see, it wasn't for a particular DJ. It was just for like a morning drop. It wasn't for like anybody's segment. It was more like, wake that ass up, Baltimore. And then call numbers and all of that shit. So
that was the thing to do, right?
Yeah,
radio used to be it. Radio used to be it. How old am I? Like radio used to be it. Who listens to FM and AM stations anymore? Moment of silence for the radio.
Crickets.
People do sometimes. Some around.
Y'all know y'all got that Sirius XM in your car. Come on.
Not everybody.
You ain't fishing through that static no more. All right, shout outs to everybody that still got a CD player in their car.
Ew, I got one, but I ain't even going to attempt to use it. Anything you put in there, that shit might blow the cup.
This is a nostalgic show. He got the look on his face like he just found something so interesting. Go ahead and share with everybody what you're looking at.
Continue.
Go ahead and share the movement.
I'm still looking.
Share the throwbacks. We want all the throwbacks. Don't think you're getting out of this though. Relationships. Let's talk about relationships.
You say you want to talk some more about Randy Dennis?
I'm not getting in your business. I'm just saying, like advice on relationships from
let's talk about the state of humanity and at somewhere in another place or something.
We don't do relationships. Relationships are off the table. Okay? Semantically speaking.
Yeah, I be relating to people all the time. That's it.
You're very relational.
I'm related to my mother, my brothers. Yeah, we related.
Did he find a jingle?
Oh, that's the mission he was on.
No.
Oh, he sounds so sad.
Go ahead, continue.
What? He playing a radio show? Oh my goodness.
We can only hear that. They can't hear it live on not yet.
Oh gosh, are you looking for the jingle? It only played at the very beginning of the show. You had to be up at 5. Ew, 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 ew. So, in business relationships, let's talk about business relationships.
The business ones.
Yeah, let's talk about business relationships. I'm just saying, getting along with people. I know we don't do people, right? Because how are we recovering from a whole era of quarantining? How you doing?
Um, Honestly, I know it was very hard for a lot of people, so I don't want to diminish what that experience might have been like for a lot of people. For me, it was great. I um I was in the house with those closest to me, and those people know very much. I'm gonna be in this room over here, and just let me know you good over there. But that's just how I generally live my life. So it's it wasn't as difficult for me as it was for a lot of people who need to leave the house every day and be around certain people every day and be social. So I am adjusting more to having to be around people
Hmm.
um more often than I was then. But I mean, I'm great at, discerning what I'm going to do in a particular situation. I'll tell you what I think. I very rarely share what I feel. Um, and if I don't want to engage, I don't feel pressure to.
That's a superpower. You know that, right? You got the power
I got the
because
power.
you got the power.
We all
You
do.
got the
It's just
power.
it's a matter of decision.
Yeah, I too agree that the time of self care that I was able to accomplish during the pandemic, because I tell people all the time I was my healthiest. I was hitting the trails. I was in nature because we
Yeah.
couldn't be around people, and it's almost like that was snatched away from us when we had to go back to the routine of
Yeah.
working, punching clocks, and just dealing with life and the stress of bills and just things of that nature. So what are some good ways do you think that we can get back to those feelings of the freedom of your time for yourself? Because self-care is so important, even in relationships. How do you balance self-care if you're in a relationship or you have this working relationship? How do you balance that?
Well, self. It's not. I usually find myself having to make time for anything other than self care.
Mm,
I tend to prioritize because if I'm not functioning properly, this is not going to be a good experience for anyone involved, myself included, and everyone around. Not saying that my emotions will ruin a situation or ruin a room, but when you want to be around people, you don't want a drain of energy in the room, and I don't want to be
facts.
that for someone else. So a lot of times I pick and choose very carefully where my energy goes and how much of it I'm willing to share or spend time I'm willing to spend, and how much of myself I'm willing to put into a situation, so that I'm not vexed and neither are you.
That's awesome.
And be honest
Um,
about that, as opposed to just saying, "Oh no, I'm fine, everything is good," and everything is not fine and good. Just being honest about what's happening in the moment, or choose not to engage if I have that uh, opportunity or privilege in that situation. But
There's so much freedom in that, and thank you for giving me that reminder to keep that first, because a lot of people need to hear that. We shouldn't be making time for self-care. We should be prioritizing self-care so that when we go out, we making time for work.
Right.
We're making time for the other things. That was so dope. That was a jewel right there alone. But what do you use in your hair, though? That's all I want to know. I knew that was coming. Mr. Shea Butter over here. No, I'm sorry. Shea Butter, baby. Yeah.
I use shea at some point, but I mean, for the most part, it's just like, coconut oil. Keep a spray bottle with some water, moisturize it.
Moisturize. Gotta keep it moisturized. So there's no secret weapon. This is just natural juices and berries for real.
Yeah, I literally drink a lot of water. I drink a whole lot of water. So this skin and this hair is going to show that. So
100 years. I wanna holler. Yeah, I wanna holler. I'm gonna represent. Listen, my son is backstage in the studio. He don't listen to nothing but Baltimore music. Like, I don't care. Current music. He's 24. He listen to Lil Scooter. He listen to China Doll.
Should I put him on the spot and put him on camera?
Hey, he might give you some.
I reset the 2 other songs so you can see if they came through.
Oh, let's see.
I reset them from the
Shane Boogie, you mic'd up in there? Is he looking? While we pull that out and put my son on the.
I see you.
How you doing?
Oh, good. How you?
Good to see you.
Hey, good to be seen.
Yes, man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we about to play. Oh, you gotta mute the sound on the speaker.
My little 2 cents or whatever, you feel me? I'm growing up and where my mother come from, back in the analog days, I'm on the cusp, to be able to actually have experienced the analog era before the Soldier Boys, you feel me? Before all the internet and the AI and all the practice, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hybrids are the best, man. We know it all.
Yeah, that's why, salute, always.
I appreciate.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ma.
That's Shane Boogie, Mad Brazen, the brazen one. That's my youngest.
If you sit in our green room, you got to be prepared to be on the spot.
Yeah, I would have got him to freestyle, but we gotta get you on here first now.
Yeah, I don't do that to people.
Yeah. He got bars though.
That used to be my thing because I had a college radio show when I was at VCU in Richmond, and everybody that came on there that we interviewed, we told them, hey, you can't get out of here without giving us a freestyle. We never had anybody turn us down though.
And they run.
What do you mean freestyle?
Chase them with a microphone.
We've had some good ones on there now.
Did you get the music?
I still do not see it. I don't know what the issue is.
Boo! Did you check the spam?
I'm looking in the spam now.
Look in the spam. Not that canned ham. It's not in the spam. Did you spell China with a Y?
I showed it. I showed it.
I don't know what happened was.
Yeah, because I put it up on the screen, so I'm sure she saw the proper spelling on the screen.
Yes, indeed. We're not getting off this show without bars from Symantyx at all.
Straight from my phone, and I send one from the laptop. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna be right back, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All
yes,
right,
ma'am. Then. Yes. So, very, very good conversation so far. What's your take? What's your thoughts?
my take is Symantyx is one of the most intelligent MCs that I know. And I'm honored to have met her and spent time with her and her family. Everything about her is hip hop. Like, she lives it. She lives the lifestyle. Whether she's working her day job, it's just her persona is not AI. It is authentic. It is really who she is.
Yeah, you can tell that. You can tell.
She can't fake who she is.
No.
And she
but
can't.
one thing that I really love that she said is she was in it not for the money, but just because she loved doing what she was doing and gifted at doing.
Expression.
You know what I mean?
Did you just burp on the microphone? Oh my God.
I mean, nobody would have known unless you said something.
They heard it. You heard it, didn't you? I know y'all heard it. We just fell all the way off of professionalism on this show. ChynaGroove is really like, we are really a real couple, and we are transparently here to share with you what it's like.
Have her send it to you on your phone, and you send it to me.
Have her send it to me on your phone.
How's that?
Symantyx, are you back in the room?
I am, and I am.
Okay. So, we did a resend already?
About that.
I
just wanted to let you know I'm glad you stepped out because he burped all in the mic right there.
And you put me on
man, I like the smells.
Wow.
So what would you call it? Was it like a 7.5, or was it like?
I want to say it was slightly muted because I tried to be, indiscreet about it.
Oh,
So I held it. Yeah.
It was one of these.
Exactly. No, it had more of not a silencer, but yes, I'm trying to think of the proper term. A suppressor. Yes, I suppressed it. Yeah.
It was like a throat beatbox.
It was lacking the bass, and it was more of a mid to high. How's that?
Mid. Oh yeah, so that was probably like yeah.
I'll give it
nothing high.
4.5, 4 3/4.
Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine that I missed those then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
big numbers over here.
Yeah, like my dad. My dad is like a no. It's gotta go
straight to the scientifics of a burp.
Listen, it's very important to have your esophageal tract clear whenever you're being an artist and you got bars, because bars is the beginning of a burp.
While we are waiting for all of this to come together, I'm gonna drop something real quick, and then we shall be back.
I'm still corny.
Shortly. How's that?
Yeah, let's do it.
At the beat build.
Put you on the spot.
Is it gonna be on beat if I sing along? Is it gonna be on beat if I sing along? Yes. When you play the live back, playback, can you get the track on track? Is it whack? No, it's a ChynaGroove. Is it gonna be on beat? When I sing my song, it better be. We got Symantyx on the track. See it with the head nod. Ain't nothing like a head nod. Hey, my CD scratched.
Full disclosure, this was video of me still working that beat out, trying to get it together, so it sounds rough.
Rough is good.
Yes.
Yeah, because like Tina Turner, sometimes we do it rough. And sometimes we do it easy. But tonight, on the ChynaGroove show, we're going to do a little bit groovy. We're going to do it groovy. Come on.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. I see a number 1 on the email box.
Let's go. We got the Symantyx track coming through on the Gmail, on the Outlook. We looking out for it. I got bars too. They wouldn't let me rap. Why they wouldn't let me rap back in the day? They be like, nah, shorty, you just need to just keep singing.
I see why it didn't come through. You have an S after the A. You have China.
And then I think that.
ChynaGroove. It's ChynaGroove. I mean, he is my groove, you know. ChynaGroove shows. That's how we talk in Baltimore. It's S's on everything.
Hey, man, play it, look up.
You know, because earn to earn. Earn.
It was an iron.
An iron. Let's go. Drop that Symantyx track because we cutting up tonight.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It didn't come through. All I got was the notification of a failure.
In there.
I don't see anything attached to this email.
Then how did you know she sent it like that?
It was a forwarded message, but the forwarded message was the email delivery subsystem message saying,
scroll down to the bottom.
You talking to a man who is
got a car mouse in his hand.
Technologically savvy.
Savvy.
Yeah, I don't see any attachments.
You definitely a 70s baby if you use the word savvy.
I got you.
Let's go.
Take this one.
She sent it. It got sent. That's how they say it down here. I sent it. So where you at now? You ain't picked up no Southern drawl, did you? Like I did.
Nah. I carry a bunch of different accents though, because a lot of times I'll just say words in ways that entertain myself. So I always liked how like people from the West Coast say like long eyes. So I'll be like every time. Nobody got time for that. And the way they hit their R's, like I just
for that.
Gotta hit that R real hard, and then you gotta say time like time.
You got
time. Down here is time.
That's funny. You sounded just like you was from the West Coast with that one.
Tam.
I love how they say that.
It's amazing how we talk so different in different regions right next door to each other. Like we always talking about Baltimore, Maryland, and DC all speak different languages.
Yeah,
it's
they all
crazy.
different planet.
Definitely. Definitely. You got it? We got action, G.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, my bad. I forgot I had that playing in the background.
What you got?
That's my smooth.
That's another Groovegram track.
That's my smoothed out mellow track that I threw together.
You got that sweet love.
Yeah, that's the kind of track you got to put that.
Come on and go with me. Come on over to Groove's Place.
All right, we're gonna now. What's the name of this one? I see the title of the file, but I don't know if that's the name of the song.
That's the name of the song.
Listen.
Yeah.
This is me. Yeah, being honest with you. Guarantee. Yeah, being honest with you. 410. 410. I be feeling all alone in the room that's packed to capacity. Feel like I'm going crazy and holding back on my savagery. Anatomy of a guaranteed metaphoric specialist is tested when mentally stresses increased as an element. Spotlights on, glad I pack a little melanin. Lauren ain't copping out in any way or settling. I'm foreign and dropping out. My spirit ain't that delicate. My calling is knocking down. My destiny is evident. Setting the precedent cause somebody's gotta do it. So screw it, I'm gonna do it. I'll be damned if I can't hold my own like the act with the Mac in the back. And cause I'm one of God's chosen, I'm attracting attack the shorties. Ready for war, it's what I walked into. I'm sharp and quick with the dialect I talk into. I'ma keep spitting till all rhymes are depleted. And beyond the day I die, I will not be defeated, nah. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you love me, but you know me. I gotta keep it in step like I'm the left half of a right Nike. My niggas hollering, call me, my brother saying write me. Some people they don't like me, the same I'm telling to bite me. Some other niggas making it their missions to ignite me. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and heavy is this boulder on my shoulders. But I'm a soldier, so I'm holding it down, never slowing it down. Gotta keep moving, stationary's not a good speed for the spot I'm pursuing. Here's what I'm doing, flows I'm brewing, showing improving. Knowing I'm human, I'm taking no from no one, including myself. It helps that I can make my life reflect in this music. Eclectic as fusion, I make it by respecting the trueness. Mind, body, soul, spirit, tones, notes, lyrics, and flows blended. I write in rows and I grow with every rose fitted. I got a goal and I know that I'm gonna go get it. No controlling it or holding it, calling my flow Emmett Smith, relying on my wits, this mic in my fist, my God-given gifts. I'm sick of the personas, the images. I'm learning my flaws and my friends and my imperfections. Always sparking your interest in me. Coincidentally, I'm looking inside myself. Success is in me, no longer run behind my wealth. My mind renewed, climb and sue with pure virtue. Praying to God, just let me bring it full circle. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. If life is war, be a soldier in it. Cause it's worth gritting your teeth and fighting to go live it. Don't lose your sights, regroup and get a strategy. Pray and lift your head, refuse to be a casualty. Life is war, be a soldier in it. It's worth gritting your teeth and fighting to go live it. Don't lose your sights, regroup and get a strategy. Pray and lift your head, refuse to be a casualty. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official.
Ooh, I hate to sound repetitive,
but you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen.
Big shout out to Islam.
Can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen.
Hey yo, hold up, time out. We gotta have you repeat what you just said. Shouts out to who on the track?
Tislam the Great.
Tislam the Great. 7 Cent beat. For sure.
Hey
for
yo,
sure.
That track speaks on its own, but then you add your fire lyrics and content over top of that.
And she give you verses. She give you verses. No need for collabs, even though she does well on collabs too.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta get Tislam on the show.
And then the way he dropped it down in the ooh, oh my goodness.
He went crazy with that one.
Yeah.
Big love.
Yes.
Definitely.
They get a China doll. Yeah.
That was well worth the wait and the time that we went over to get that fireness on the airwaves.
Yes.
Fireness.
Yes.
Fireness.
Ooh.
It's hot.
Man, I appreciate the love.
Oh my goodness.
We need a visual for that. I know you're going to do a video to that joint.
No, what we need is for me, you, and this one over here to collaborate on a song. I'm going to just put that in the atmosphere right now. Because I just pictured myself making a track around your lyrics with Kimmy singing the hook and you, oh my goodness.
He always trying to put me to work.
Sounds like a golden era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The year was 2000.
24 and a half. 2024.5.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so much love. It was definitely well worth the wait. I'm looking forward to hearing more.
It was two.
Oh.
I sent you another one.
We got a double portion.
Figure out how to make this work.
We love it.
That S out of there.
Yes,
but even though we like S's.
Yeah, me too.
Because S is luxurious, even though it's no S in the word luxurious. It sounds like it's an S in there.
It is an S in luxurious.
Yeah, that's funny because you had us thinking on that one. Like, wait a minute.
It is an S in there. I was like, wait a minute, that's inaccurate.
I spell mine with a Z.
Luxurious.
Luxurious. It is what it is.
Now this one is.
You know, you wash your hands in the zinc.
If this one is as fire, oh wait a minute, see,
he about to play listen again.
No, it was still playing in the background. I just, whew.
I can hear that in the car tonight.
I'm gonna load that up in Tractor. That's gonna be in my mix when
Hey.
Like, who's that?
Now when did you do that one? When not to
these I did about it was about 2015, 2016.
Timeless. Timeless hit.
Baltimore.
Classic.
What I say it because I love you. I love you. I understand that life ain't the smoothest ride, but I can't be by your side for your suicide. Your worst enemy wears a you disguise, and you keep listening to them devils tell the truest lies. Say you despise what the word victim symbolizes, then you decide to synthesize with the symbiotic. But codependency ain't love, and that's a leak stuck in your blood, that ain't a hug. Some niggas you gotta get rid of. Some niggas you gotta be with them when life hit them and help them come around if it all falls down. Some niggas you gotta love from cross town. True. This is the plight of the living. The weight of your decisions is the heavy lifting. You say you're hungry, I can fix you a dish, but real shit, I'm trying to teach you to fish. Real shit. I got my life on consignment, trying to pay my connect back, cause I don't want God to be like where the rest at. I know I sharp shit, I'm a shit talker, but this is for y'all. Yeah. I got my life on consignment, trying to pay my connect back, cause I don't want God to be like where the rest at. I can't rest like that. My mama told me go inspire the masses, including the haters and half-asses. That's a direct quote. The streets fiending saying I'm that dope, raising their standards with the stanzas I wrote. They say that I'm that hope. I remember who said, do that shit, you that talented and you that scared. That's crazy, yo. I said, is there a way to know the way to go? He said, being scared of your success is just straight lazy, yo. So I be feeling both haunted and inadequate. The stand is spitting proxy for the slickest of the city slickers. But I can deliver regardless of the shit we in the thick of. I'm from the home of Derek Jones and we don't get to give up. I'll just let my greatness make them stand up. Never known to chase a reputation or a status, cause I ain't got the patience for the fake shit in the chatter. I'm busy dealing with the shit that matters. I got my life on consignment, trying to pay my connect back, cause I don't want God to be like where the rest at. Bring it all back, shit. Gotta come back with something. Long with another one. I got my life on consignment, trying to pay my connect back, cause I don't want God to be like where the rest at. I owe God. I can't rest like that. I owe God.
That's blue.
Singing butter all over it.
I got my life on consignment. What's the name of that joint?
Consignment.
Consign.
Got my life on consignment.
Man, consignment. And matter of fact, Ogun recorded that shit for me.
Did I love working with him.
Yeah, I was working on a bunch of stuff, and I mean, life just happened, and I kind of left my brother hanging because I was recording like crazy, and then I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. But
same. I just rolled out.
I can almost guarantee you then that I've got a stack of CDs. I worked on The Wire during season 3. Hey. And one of the things that I did on the show was I went out into Baltimore and solicited music to be included on the show. DJ Techniques, he had a couple of tracks on when what's his name, Cuddy from the Cut came home from prison, and they had that house party. You know, that was directed by my man Ernest Dickerson. Shouts out to him. He's an amazing director, but that his music was included in that. So I've literally got a stack of CDs that's probably as tall as this table, 2 stacks deep, of nothing but Baltimore rap, Baltimore club, and all of that. I can almost guarantee you, and Kimmy, you as well, I'm willing to bet that your voices are on some of them CDs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come out that way at some point with a empty hard drive. And I want all of that, bro.
I got you. Trust me, I got you.
All of that.
I mean,
it's a couple hours away.
What's Brownfish?
Yeah. That's who was talking. Yeah,
Brownfish.
Yeah.
That's who. I got
it. I know for a fact I got at least 2 of their CDs sitting in there. Yep. I don't know if it was stuff that was ever released.
One song together. It was me, and Greenspan. We only on one song together. As many times as we performed with each other, we only recorded that one joint together.
Wow.
Yeah. Those were the good days. 5 seasons anywhere.
We almost been on for 2 hours.
I never got a chance to be in the fishbowl.
Ever. It was great, man.
I used to love watching the fishbowl.
It was great. The fishbowl felt like you go to your granny house and all your cousins there.
Was that the nickname for the 5 seasons?
It was the ultimate cipher. Everybody was Yeah.
I told you
it was their house.
That's where I met. That's where I met Shay. That's where I met Shay at.
Cypher. It was a school.
Yeah.
It was it was a lot of things for a lot of people. That's really where we a whole lot of us cut our teeth for real, with just constantly being on stage. Like we look forward to Warm Wednesdays every week just to go try out something else. Mm-hmm. Like the 5 seasons was definitely a staple.
Definitely.
Well, at some point we gotta end this show.
Oh yeah. What time? Oh, we passed our time.
Yeah.
Listen, flies when you having a blast with Symantyx. Yes, indeed. Luxurious with a Z, no S. So more of this. We got to get you back on the show. If you want to do a reunion on the show, let us know. We can get Tislam on here. Reach out to the fam. See what we can do. We got to keep you moving in this direction. We need to see more of you.
Any final words before you step on out?
Just to thine own self be true. And give respect, get respect. Boundaries included. And don't think yourself out of things. Think yourself into some things.
That's really good.
Don't think yourself out of some things. Think yourself into some things. I like it.
That's what's up.
Ooh. Well, we definitely appreciate you joining us and dropping some heat. Some heat. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do. I'm gonna close the show with somebody else's music other than my own.
We love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on and refilling. I hope it wasn't energy draining because I absorbed every bit of it. I'm telling you.
Oh, nah, this has been dope. It was a fair exchange. Fair exchange. This has been fantastic, man. Like I thank y'all for just allowing me into y'all's space and do this. This is great.
That's what we're here for. Anytime, come back.
And get, I know she's got your info. We got to
keep plugging that collab.
Yeah, I got you. I have to.
Yeah, but yes. I got you.
Check this out, right? You could be in the song. Sell these 20 tickets.
My office hours are.
Drop that beat.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The wonderful, the talented, the gifted Symantyx, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, this has been the ChynaGroove Podcast.
And this is a wrap.
A wrap.
Ooh.
Now it's a wrap.
Oh, now it's a wrap.
Peace. Once again, another one. Thanks for joining us. And on that note, we're out.
In the room that's packed to capacity. Feel like I'm going crazy and holding back on my savagery. Anatomy of a guaranteed metaphoric specialist is tested when mentally stresses increased as an element. Spotlights on. Glad I pack a little melanin. Lauren ain't copping out in any way or settling. I'm foreign and dropping out. My spirit ain't that delicate. My calling is knocking down. My destiny is evident. Setting the precedent cause somebody's gotta do it. So screw it, I'm gonna do it. I'll be damned if I can't hold my own like the act with the Mac in the back. Because I'm one of God's chosen, I'm attracting attack the shorties. Ready for war, it's what I walked into. I'm sharp and quick with the dialect I talked into. I'ma keep spitting till all rhymes are depleted. And beyond the day I die, I will not be defeated, nah. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you I gotta keep listen. It in step like I'm the left half of a right Nike. My niggas hollering, call me, my brother saying write me. Some people they don't like me, the same I'm telling to bite me. Some other niggas making it their missions to ignite me. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and heavy is this boulder on my shoulders. But I'm a soldier, so I'm holding it down, never slowing it down. Gotta keep moving, stationary's not a good speed for the spot I'm pursuing. Here's what I'm doing, flows I'm brewing, showing, improving. Knowing I'm human, I'm taking no from no one, including myself. It helps that I can make my life reflecting this music, eclectic as fusion. I make it by respecting the trueness. Mind, body, soul, spirit, tones, notes, lyrics, and flows blended. I write in rows and I grow with every rose fitted. I got a goal and I know that I'm gonna go get it. No controlling it or holding it, calling my flow Emmett Smith, relying on my wits, this mic in my fist, my God-given gifts. I'm sick of the personas, the images. I'm learning my flaws and my friends and my imperfections. Always sparking your interest in me. Coincidentally, I'm looking inside myself. Success is in me. No longer run behind my wealth. My mind renewed. Climb and sue with pure virtue. Praying to God, just let me bring it full circle. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. If life is war, be a soldier in it. Cause it's worth gritting your teeth and fighting to go live it. Don't lose your sights, regroup and get a strategy. Pray and lift your head, refuse to be a casualty. Life is war, be a soldier in it. It's worth gritting your teeth and fighting to go live it. Don't lose your sights, regroup and get a strategy. Pray and lift your head, refuse to be a casualty. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen. Yeah, can I be honest with you? I'ma keep this on the record, this is all official. And you can make your own decision. I can't promise you that you'll love me, but you'll know me if you only listen.